Hello, this shall be my Avengers Endgame discussion. There will be spoilers, but I'll tell you when they actually do arrive. Shall we begin? So I don't expect this video to be overly long, just long enough to talk about the film. I have the three big ones here. Avengers Age of Ultron, well, the Avengers, and Avengers Infinity War. First one's on Blu-ray, second one's on, well, it came with a 3D, but I don't own a 3D TV, and then the fourth one is on 4K, which I do own a 4K player and a 4K TV. But anyway, we're here to talk about Avengers Endgame. So anyway, Avengers Endgame, which, it's a massive movie. It's 3 hours long. 3 hours. It's the MCU's longest movie, and I honestly think it's Marvel's longest movie in general. It does start off very bleak. Very bleak. The opening scene, which I don't know if you count this as spoilers, but spoiler warning, show up now. It literally opens up with Hawkeye with his family, and then his family gets dusted after the snap. And, he decides to become Ronin, and then you meet up with him in a little while, and friggin' Ronin is a bad ass. And then anyway, you got Thanos up there. There he is. And then you got Red Devil Dinosaur, I believe his name is. I don't really know much about him. But anyway, just this movie is massive, and like the last 45 minutes of it is by far the best that Marvel has ever done, in my personal opinion. It is just astonishing, like spectacular, amazing. There you go. I could use all the Spider-Man puns. It's great. I don't really want to spoil that, but it's just amazing. Did not disappoint in the least. Since we are going to be diving into some spoilers, Hulk is in it, but he is Professor Hulk, and it's really cool how they go about it. Thanos is in it. Obviously, he still is the main big bad. Skrulls do not appear in this movie, and Captain Marvel is in it for maybe 10 minutes total. 10 minutes. That is it. And the movie does deal with time travel, and sorry about that, I had to grab this, which, if anybody watched the show, there was a really cool Easter egg mixed in with it. When they do the flashback scene and you're with Howard Stark, he gets into his car, and the guy driving is actually Jarvis, and it is the exact same actor from this show that plays the exact same character. I thought that was a very, very cool nod on how they did that, and like just a cool little shout out to the people that actually did watch the show. And then anyway, like, the final battle is, like, the best part of the movie. It's just, there's not enough good things to say about it. And the movie will leave you crying on many levels. But, anyway, it's just great. Nope, Daredevil does not appear in it. The deaths will leave you crying as well. Trust me, they left me very, very sad. And, there's so much in this movie. The score is great. The music in it is great. It works perfectly. The first hour has, like, no action in it. It's pure drama driven, which was perfectly fine with the way they did this, because it's literally 22 films in this Infinity, whatever you want to call it, saga, and it literally all led up to this. So I honestly think they earned this. This was their swan song. This was their last movie in Phase 3, too. Yeah, it's just, it's amazing, you know, and that, alright. Major spoiler warning now. Major. Iron Man's last line in the movie before he snaps the gauntlet that he made was I Am Iron Man. I thought that was such a super cool callback to the original. Yeah, the original Iron Man, that's what he said at the very end of it, and I thought it was just so cool how they did it at the end of this, and then that was his final words before he snapped, and then when Thanos finally got it, my entire theater erupted in applause. Like when he just had to sit there and watch his entire army dust away, and then he just had to wait to be dusted too. That was great. He deserved it big time. But sadly, Iron Man does die, and the way that they do that scene is like super sad, and it left everyone in my theater crying. It's just this movie is astonishing. It's just you can't say enough good things about it. But anyway, the way that they do this stuff does leave it open, definitely, like, well, it has to leave it open. I mean, there's more films coming in the cinematic universe, but this ends this saga. And I thought it was perfect to end, like, start it with Iron Man and end it with Iron Man. I thought that was just great. Cap's story is quite interesting how they go about it, too. He decides to stay in the time travel and just he lives his life with Peggy, and then he comes back after Peggy died, and he grew old. He's not Cap anymore, and he passes his shield to Sam Falcon. So that means eventually Sam will become Captain America, which I think might happen in the Disney Plus streaming service called Falcon and Winter Soldier, I believe it's called. And there's just so many bookends. Spider-Man gets to go back to school. Like the final battle, there's just so much going on. There's so hard, so much to focus on. It's just astonishing. I rate this as my number one comic book movie. Personally, that is my ranking. It's just astonishing. It's great, and it was just amazing. I would suggest seeing this movie as soon as you can. Go see it twice. Like, there's so much to cover in it. It's just an amazing, altogether well-rounded movie. And then that's all. I can't say enough good things about it. Just go see it. I'll give it a 3,000 out of 10. And if you saw the movie, you understand what that's about. So how I would rate my top 4 MCU films to date is, in fact, number 1 would be Avengers Endgame, obviously. Number 2 would, in fact, be Avengers Infinity War. I mean, this was a film of a lifetime. There were 2 films of a lifetime. It was just an amazing 2 films put together, and it's very obvious why they didn't call it part 1 and part 2, because they do feel very structurally different. So, after number 2, my third pick would be Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This is still one of my favorites. The action in it is amazing. The story is amazing. The acting is amazing. Just everything about this one is amazing as well. It's number 3 on my list. And then after that, my 4th one has to be Iron Man, because this is what started the entire cinematic universe, so it has to be up there on your list. I mean, without this, there wouldn't be any MCU at all. And then now, I'm going to upload just a tiny snippet of video of us waiting inside the theater. Sorry, my camera decided to cut out. This was only from about 10 minutes of waiting in line. This is literally how crowded the theater was. So thank you for watching. I mean, I could only talk about so much of this movie. It's just a movie that you really have to go see yourself. And then this is my entire MCU collection all the way up to Ant-Man and the Wasp until Captain Marvel comes out. And the entire MCU collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and a subscribe so I know to keep making more of these. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I hope they remember you.